Hey guys, Steven here, Fanatic Perspective, going to 5,000 subscribers September 7th. Join us. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like our content. Talking some UT football tonight. Tomorrow, you guys know what day it is. Orange and white scrimmage. I will be there. John Tran will be there. Please come out and meet us. You know, say what's up, throw up the horns, grab us a beer, whatever you want to do. Just show love, and we'll show it back. Really excited to be out with all of Longhorn Nation tomorrow at DKR. It's going to be a really, really fun experience. Bring out your kids, fun, environment. They'll have concerts on Bevo Boulevard, I believe starting at 3 or 3:30. So just going to be a really fun environment. But today I wanted to talk about the scrimmage itself, the spring game, going to just night before, some things I want to see, some things I want to touch on in terms of what I'm excited about. And, first off, before we even get to anything, hopefully we have no injuries. Hopefully we get some good weather tomorrow. Things are looking to be our way from the forecast. It looks like, especially with us having this game later in the day, it's always kind of a buzzkill whenever you're a program and your spring game gets canceled for whatever reason. So just thankful to have some football to look forward to tomorrow. But without further ado, number one thing is the playmakers. We've heard a lot about Jordan Whittington. We've heard about Keontae Ingram, especially with him getting some more muscle, them being the MVPs of the second scrimmage that we had. What do they look like when, people are there under the lights? Brendan Eagles, Brew McCoy, some of the younger guys, Malcolm Epps, the names that we've been hearing, we've been seeing the promotional clips from the Texas social media. How do these guys look like under the lights, and will they maintain their performance? One thing about young playmakers is the consistency. We as Texas fans just looking to see that consistency, making sure they're catching the football, those explosive plays, those explosive runs. It's a big deal. This is a team that, offensively, I say this over and over again, we found our rhythm with being a physical team and building a game upon strength. But the speed and playmaking ability, those explosive plays, those 50-plus yard plays, we want to start to see those chunk plays out of those young men. So everyone, and that's going to be probably number one on most people's list, the Jordan Whittingtons, the new faces, and the young playmakers. But that is a big deal for me. Number two, staying on the offensive side of the ball, the slot position. Who's getting the reps there? What does that look like? We've seen Joshua Moore kind of as the front runner there for right now, before Jake Smith comes in this summer. I've heard, some good things about the brother Jordan Pouncey. I'm looking forward to seeing him ball. And then, mixing and matching, Colin Johnson's going to have some opportunities to play in the slot a little bit more, but the other thing is, guys like a Devin Duvernay and a Brendan Eagles, how are they going to be moved around and utilized? Also, does the dynamic of the slot position change with the emergence of a downfield tight end and a Cade Brewer and some of the other guys that may be coming along behind him? That's another thing we have to look at in terms of Sam Ehlinger's one of his strengths throwing downfield is that seam route, and I think that's something he can develop, as well as Casey Thompson as well. We've actually seen clips of them connecting in practice to Cade Brewer especially. He's somebody that's been able to go get vertical and really attack the safeties in the middle of the field. So from a tight end perspective, that could alter the way we look at the slot position going into the season. So that's something to keep your eye on in tomorrow's game. Now, with the more diverse personnel groupings and just how we've built on this offense with having a more veteran quarterback, some veteran-laden pass catchers and Duvernay and Colin Johnson, one of the things we want to kind of pay attention to, and we probably won't see this too much tomorrow because they do keep things rather vanilla, but if they do have, show a little bit more, personnel groupings, if they go two back sometimes, if they, spread it out a little bit more, just where guys are lining up is something I'm going to be paying attention to. Play calling as usual for any type of scrimmage or spring game situation. It's going to be pretty close to the vest, very conservative, your inside zone, your basic stuff. Coaches are looking for execution and effort. We know how it goes, especially those of us who have played the game before. That's the number one thing those guys will be evaluated on when they look at the tape in the scrimmage. Now going over to the defensive side of the ball, first team defense, how are my young corners looking? Are they playing? Are they being aggressive? Are they attacking the football? And are they winning? Are they winning winning on every snap? Whether it's whether the ball's coming their way or not, I'm really going to be paying attention to them, because I think our first team defensive front with Malcolm Roach and Taquan Graham and those guys, they should be able to dominate the second team UT offensive line. Let's just be real on that. But especially with a guy like a Casey Thompson, who's gotten a ton of reps this spring, and the amount of playmakers we have, with even going into the wide receiver group on the second unit, that I think there's going to be some really interesting battles and some 50-50 balls that we're going to be able to get a good picture and idea on how Jalen Green attacks the football, how Anthony Cook is looking. Do they look stronger? Also in the run game, are they able to protect their perimeter, not letting anything get wide, on the outside of them? How do they look without Brandon Jones and Caden Stearns? Without, now granted, we still will have some dynamic safeties behind them in B.J. Foster and Chris Brown and Overshawn, and we're excited to see those guys. But my eye, just in terms of what Steve's paying attention to, I'm looking at those corners and evaluating them. And then lastly, the linebackers. They've caught the most flack, I feel like, out of all the position groups. We talked ad nauseum about the linebackers in our live chat, and that was, John was very concerned about it. I was very concerned about it. Then after the second scrimmage, seeing some of the missed tackles, especially with the Jordan Whittington run, just looking to evaluate those guys. Can they come out and have a good day? Can they come out and make some plays under the lights and get their confidence back up? Because we don't want to see any position group just outright struggling. We do want to see kind of ebb and a flow and a mix. With any typical Tom Herman spring game, you'll see an occasional trick play. Don't be surprised if we probably start the game with it like we've done in the past. He likes to keep the kids engaged and fun, and it sounds like everything's been, they've worked hard this spring. It's been a fruitful spring. So he likes to reward them with, a couple plays here and there, getting some guys that don't normally touch the football some touches. So, overall though, want to see this linebacker group finish strong in the scrimmage. And even, another thing we'll pay attention to is if they go one-on-ones and say a red zone scenario to close the night, making sure those guys are filling gas and being aggressive and making tackles. I want to see those guys get a win. I'm rooting for the linebacking core tomorrow night. So you guys chime in. Let me know what you're excited to see. Like I said, and John and I will be getting down there tomorrow at the stadium pretty early. Hopefully, probably about around 4 o'clock, because I want to check out pregame warm-ups and get, as close to the field as possible and just get out there and enjoy the environment, enjoy it, and just have a great time and a great night with fellow fans. So please come out, say what's up. We'll be out there with our friends and would love for you guys to join us, watch the game with us. It's going to be tons and tons of fun. So, and if not, check it out on TV. We'll try to do a live chat if I can figure it out on YouTube after the game, as we're either in DKR or leaving DKR. If not, we'll have a live chat when we get back, and then as we review the tape, because we'll record the game on Longhorn Network. After we review the game, then we'll have our educated breakdown where we'll be able to rewind and go through the tape, like kind of like a coach's tape, so to speak. So really excited, guys. Going to 5,000 September 7th, Texas LSU. Join us. Horns always up. Hook 'em.